they see about health care from the opponents. Well, the White House says it's not compiling an enemies list, so then what happens to all those emails? There's this.
And is this live?
I believe.
This is live.
Wait a minute. You want to leave?
Things are getting physical.
Leave.
At the Tells Spector town hall, let's take a quick listen.
Because your people told me I could. I called your office and I was told I could have the mic to speak. And then I was lied to because I came prepared to speak. And instead, you wouldn't let anybody speak. You handed out, what, 30 cards? Well, I got news for you. That you and your cronies in the government do this kind of stuff all the time. Well, I don't care how damn crooked you are. I'm not a lobbyist with all kind of money to stuff in your pocket so that you can cheat the citizens of this country. So I'll leave, and you can do whatever the hell you please to do. One day, God's going to stand before you, and he's going to judge you and the rest of your damn cronies up on the hill. And then you will get your just desserts. I'm leaving.
Okay. We've just had a demonstration of democracy. Okay. When the gentleman says he is dissatisfied with the procedure, we have to figure out some way to have an orderly procedure. An hour and a half.
And I was told I could have the mic to speak. And then I was lied to because I came prepared to speak. And instead, you wouldn't let anybody speak. You handed out, what, 30 cards? Well, I got news for you. That you and your cronies in the government do this kind of stuff all the time. Well, I don't care.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing the sound of the American voter finally emerging from the suppression of the government media complex, and they don't like it. Let's be very clear. The empty suits, the empty skirts in the media who are pimps for the Obama socialist Marxist administration don't like the voice of the average American. What they want are the pre-assigned tickets given to the pre-assigned selected people, the children, in other words, at the so-called town hall meetings that Obama has specialized in to pull the wool over the eyes of the American people. The wool is being pulled back from the eyes of the American people. Nancy Pelosi is calling them, what was the name she used? I forgot her. Un-American. Several of the un-American congressmen are calling the people un-American. In fact, the more un-American the congressman and senator, the more they call the names of the actual people. So today, Tells Spector finally faced an actual person, probably for the first time since Methuselah walked the earth. Tells Spector looked shocked to see the actual face of one of his constituents. The turncoat Benedict Arnold Tells Spector was finally given a piece of the mind of one of the men. But this is only one piece of it all. Wait, it gets even worse.
With all kind of money to stuff in your pocket so that you can cheat the citizens of this country. So I'll leave, and you can do whatever the hell you please to do. One day, God's going to stand before you, and he's going to judge you and the rest of your damn cronies up on the hill.
Now, that's the voice of an older, sick man who's had enough. He's had it up to you-know-where. And he finally got a chance to face the Benedict Arnold Tells Spector. and he told him what he thought of him. And when he used the word God, and he said, one day God will judge you, I literally looked at Spector's face. It blanched in the YouTube piece. Spector has not heard the word God in such a sincere way ever since his bar mitzvah, in my opinion. And I think this man scared Spector to his quick, because Spector's a very old man himself, and he knows what he is. He knows where the skeletons are buried. He knows who he's hurt in his life. He knows how many people he's lied to and cheated. Remember who Arlen Spector is. Arlen Spector was a Democrat district attorney in Philadelphia in the beginning. And it was Arlen Spector who helped get a murderer out of the United States of America to avoid justice. The murderer, Ira Einhorn. Ira Einhorn killed his girlfriend, stuffed her in a trunk, and let her rot there. And when he was arrested in Philadelphia, it was Arlen Spector and his rich Democrat friends, hippie friends, who worked to get Ira Einhorn out of the United States of America to avoid justice. Later on, when he saw the people of Pennsylvania were moving away from the Democrat socialism of the time, the turncoat became a Republican. And he was a Republican senator for many decades until it became untenable to be a Republican, and now he switched back to becoming a communist again. And so today he finally faced one of the people. And that shaking voice that you heard, the old man who was shaking with rage and fear and illness, was the voice of America. That's the true voice of America. It's not Sylvester Stallone in Rambo. It's not the voice of Rocky, although I have nothing against either of the two movies. I like them both, and I like Sylvester Stallone. You have to understand that reality is different than motion pictures, that heroes in real life don't look like heroes. They don't sound like heroes. They don't walk like heroes. They don't talk like heroes. Just as the movies project heroes in a certain way, and we've come to think that heroes have to sound a certain way and look a certain way. You ask any soldier who's been in combat, you ask any man who's ever been under the gun, so to speak, you never know who the hero is. You never know who the hero is going to be. Now, he could be someone from Central Casting, it is true. But usually it isn't. It's somebody very ordinary looking. Listen to the old man again for a moment as you hear the outrage, the indignation in his voice as he speaks finally to that fetid human being, Arlen Spector. Listen.
I'm not a lobbyist with all kind of money to stuff in your pocket so that you can cheat the citizens of this country. So I'll leave, and you can do whatever the hell you please to do. One day God's going to stand before you, and he's going to judge you and the rest of your damn cronies up on the hill. And then you will get your just desserts.
San Francisco, KNEW, Jeff, go ahead, please.